Hello, future millionaire. Today is another very special day. So I just finished the auction at 24 Lakeview Boulevard, and I post some of the results on Instagram. So for those people who don't know that I have an Instagram account, please follow me on Instagram, 1stmil. I post things that I normally don't post on YouTube and vice versa. Therefore, you get a complete picture of what's going on in my life. And that auction was highly interesting. And the best part is when you have, you can read people's aura, you can see what's going on before auction starts. So when I walk into the place, I chose the spot where I was sitting next to the one very genuine local buyer, the only genuine local buyer. And shout out to Bruce and Judith. It was a great fun with you guys, and I actually gave them the hint that they should start the price at 2.3 million, and they did that. And after that, they raised the price all the way to 2.6, but some Melbourne buyer pushed it all the way to 2.875. Honestly, that house isn't worth anywhere near that much. I think, sincerely, Bruce, particularly if you're watching me or your family is watching me, save that money. Don't need to buy that. Instead, buy a nice little apartment from Sunland, which has nice places nearby, and then live in there first for the next 2 years. And the rest of the money, you probably have about $5-6 million in cash. Put that into Bitcoin Cash. That $5-6 million Bitcoin Cash will become $50 to $150 million in the next 2-3 years. And then you can use that money to buy whatever you want. And you buy a bigger boat, go on Sovereign Island, buy a house with real waterfront, and get a nice boat, not those dingy stuff that it's a bit too small for you guys. You are great people. You deserve something better. Yeah, take that money out of the housing, put it into Bitcoin Cash. You're gonna do great. Okay, that is for the people who I met at the auction. I hope this changed their life. Now, back to everyone else. So for those who don't have $5-6 million lying around, what should you do? I want you to go to a website called CoinGecko.com. CoinGecko.com. Yeah, it writes as it spells, because on CoinGecko.com, that's the only website now that aggregates all the trading volume of all the different coins now, instead of just selectively choose and discard certain exchanges, like what happened to Bitcoin Cash. On that website, you will see that the top spots in tradable coins, that is store of value coins, is actually Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash, 24-hour trading volume, $8.6 billion. And the other two currency that is trading very heavily, of course, is Tether and something else I forgot. Let me double check. USDT and Binance USD, of course, Binance. Only after Binance comes the XRP. So what happens is the top 5 spots are all the pair trading currencies. This is the equivalent of the cashier in the casino. When you play the game in the casino, oh, my hair looks messy, sorry, I didn't check that. So when you play a game in the casino, you make money, then how you cash out. You don't cash out by cashing out in Aussie dollar or US dollar, you go into USDT for the liquidity, but more important, you should cash them out in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. So when you invest in these 3 coins, what you're doing is we are betting on the fact that more and more people join the casino to play the game. That's all that is. You are not betting actually on any directions of the crypto market. What you're really betting on is the money flow of the crypto market that's going to enjoy strong money influx from other traditional asset class like real estate. Like today, this elderly couple who probably have a couple $1 million to their name in real estate, when they cash them out, if they're really, really willing to understand this market, I explained to them that Bitcoin is similar to property titles, which is true. And then if they change their property from a hardcore property, land-based property, to digital property, when people like that do the change, sooner or later, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash will become multi-trillion-dollar asset class. Sometimes between 2023 to 2026, there will be hundreds and hundreds of $1 trillion stored in this network. That's a simple fact. You cannot escape the reality. We are going to go through a transformational period of time. This is the equivalent of 1992, 1993, where people start to invest in .coms, and then when it gets to 1997, 98, then people gets crazy. Then in 2000, things go really, really crazy. So we are still early stage. This is the reason very often you see a coin that people actually want to go up, but they get frustrated because the coin is not moving, simply because time's not due yet. And we are still early stage. But if you have the right conviction, you understand the market, you are patient, don't take leverage, instead just buy as much as you can, Bitcoin Cash particularly, and then wait patiently for the price to catch up to the fundamentals. Because right now, fundamentally, Bitcoin Cash is simply the best coin in the market. It has the store of value functionality of Bitcoin and has smart contract functionality of Ethereum. You couldn't ask for a better coin than Bitcoin Cash. So the only problem is 99.9% of the people out there in crypto space have no bloody idea what I'm talking about. And therefore, it is our job to educate everybody else, to let them know that Bitcoin Cash in its today's version, today's form of Bitcoin Cash is different than the Bitcoin Cash 2017, 18, or even 19. What you have today in Bitcoin Cash is fundamentally different to what it used to be. This is similar to say, like, let's say iPhone. The iPhone 1 and iPhone 13 are fundamentally two different phones, even though they both carry the name iPhone. But without the iPhone 1, there would never have been an iPhone 13. Therefore, it is very, very important that you understand time flows in one direction, but if you set the timeline correctly, you will flow with the time and go towards the right destination. Time is not fixed in the sense, the outcome is not fixed. Your personal decision impact the outcome of the timeline. So if you get frustrated, you think the game is over, you can no longer participate in Bitcoin Cash, you sell out, you're actually directly contributing towards the demise and destruction of Bitcoin Cash. But instead you buy some more, plus you tell other people why they should be buying more, you are directly contributing and changing the life of everyone else on planet Earth. And this is the reason I'm so motivated. Every single day I wake up, I evaluate my dreams, I get out, I make my videos, tell everyone I know about Bitcoin Cash. And honestly, if there's another coin that's better than Bitcoin Cash, you'll see me flipping over in a flash. But the reality is there is none. There is none. Every other coin has its own disadvantage and advantage. Bitcoin Cash has the most advantage and the lowest price performance ratio, which means you are getting the most bang for your buck, which as an investor, that's what you want. You want to get the most bang for your buck. No different than here, Gold Coast 10, 12 years ago. If you buy real estate here 10 years ago, it's completely different landscape. But today, everyone just rushing to buy Gold Coast. That's the wrong time to buy. So same thing with Bitcoin Cash. If you don't wait until Bitcoin Cash become a $500,000 coin, then betting on the reality that it will go from $500,000 to $5 million, then thinking you can 10x, that is actually very, very risky compared to the situation now where you buy at $630 and make it to go to $5,000, $6,000 and participating in the process. This is the funny thing about investing. We as human beings, we do not appreciate risk the way how it should be appreciated. We actually fundamentally, our brain is incapable of assessing risk properly and come to the correct conclusion. So only very rare people in the world can combine the assessment of risk and turn that into actionable behavior. This is the one of the hardest thing to do. So therefore, when you can't do that yourself, then you have to rely on someone like me who explains this to you in greater detail. And then also I do the thing myself, which I demonstrate to everybody that 3 years ago I started converting basically. And over the last 3 years, I converted everything I own from traditional asset class into Bitcoin Cash for exactly the same reason. And I'm benefiting greatly from the inevitable outcome. However, in my case, the outcome is uncertain whether I can guide the line to 100,000, 200,000, 500,000, 5 million, 10 million, I don't know. But my baseline is I want to guide the price of Bitcoin Cash all the way to $500,000. Then I will decide what to do afterward. Maybe I will continue my guidance. Maybe I'll stop. Maybe I'll do something else. I don't know. But until Bitcoin Cash is trading at 500,000 Australian dollar, let me just be emphasizing that, $500,000 Australian dollar per Bitcoin Cash, until I reach that level, I will not stop. I will simply not stop. Simple as that. Because this is my life's work. This is my mission. And whatever it takes for me to promote Bitcoin Cash to become the global dominating cryptocurrency in the world, I will do that. Simple as that. Anything, I will sacrifice any personal benefits for this, including my personal life, including my any kind of potential outlook to anything in my life that's enjoyable for a normal human being, like having a partnership, having children, having all these things. I would sacrifice literally everything just for this to happen. However, I believe sincerely in positive return in universe for the energy. Anything I do for the universe pay me back 100 times, 1,000 times. And I tell you sincerely, the most recent event in my life has been nothing short of spectacular. I give you example. Anonymously, I will tell you this. I just very, very recently saved someone's life, literally saving someone's life. And after that, I was rewarded with one of the most fundamental experience in friendship, in relationship, in camaraderie, and so on that I have ever experienced in my life. And last night was one of the most impactful, emotionally impactful night for me as well. I won't go into detail, but I can tell everybody that if you do what I do, which is do the thing for your greater goods. Don't just think about making money for the next day, the next week. Don't just think about your own bank account. Think about what are you doing in your life? How is this impacting everybody else in the world? If you look at from that perspective and thinking about the impact of you on the rest of the world with your action, then you will see things from a different perspective. You are not a single unit. You are part of a community. And this community is one giant energy construct. We are living in the matrix. So whatever you do, you have a direct impact on the outcome of the matrix itself. So just keep that in mind. I couldn't explain this any better than what I just did. And I tell you guys sincerely, put all your energy behind promoting the best cryptocurrency in the world. That positive outcome is going to come back to you 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 1,000,000 times, and very often in an intangible way that you cannot even measure with monetary term. Because personal happiness and satisfaction is something you cannot measure in dollar term. And I guarantee you there are plenty of rich people out there, but I also guarantee you there's a lot of miserable rich people. I know a lot of them, okay? James Packer is one of those. And you actually rather want to be feeling good about yourself than being miserable, regardless how much money you have. So therefore, in my case, I would sacrifice anything to make the life a greater, more enjoyable for everyone else. And in the process, I would receive the most I can in my own personal happiness. This is how I see the equation in the universe. And therefore, the right people come in my life at the right time when I've done enough good stuff. Traditional people call that karma. I would just call it the reflexivity, similar to how George Soros is describing it. And your positive energy input will yield positive energy output. And the people I met last night, I believe every single one of you will understand my message, right? All of you. I made a lot of new friends last night. So this is indirectly a shout out to all those new friends. And I don't want to name each one individually because I still need to know everybody more personally. But I have to say, I guarantee you every single person I met yesterday night who would have no trouble understanding my message completely in its entirety. And I want to dedicate this message to the universe as well. Okay, thanks a lot for watching this and keep stacking Bitcoin Cash. Remember, we're still at early stage. I believe price end of this year is $5,000 Aussie. And we will have a bumpy ride. But if you have no leverage, but you put all your money into Bitcoin Cash, you're going to receive similar benefits like I have been doing so far. Therefore, you will be greatly rewarded. And make sure you get exposure out there to talk to people. Don't be afraid telling people what you're doing. Don't be afraid. Don't keep that in the secret, in the dark room. Instead, tell everybody about your Bitcoin Cash investment. It's going to be greatly beneficial to everybody in the world. You change everyone else's life in the process. Okay, in that spirit, I'm signing off for this weekend. I might or might not make video tomorrow. I might take a break because this week has been nothing short of amazing, fantastic, and breathtaking for me. So I sign out right now. Keep buying Bitcoin Cash. That's the best thing you could do with your money right now. Okay, see ya. Bye.